And before I go, I'm going to talk a little bit about the fact that Caitlyn Clark was not allowed to get her triple-double today, which she would have gotten. She would have gone second all-time in career triple-doubles had she gotten a triple-double today. She would have went second all-time. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this because she got pulled. She got pulled so early. She played 23 minutes. She played 23 minutes in the game. And with 9 minutes to go, she needed 3 points for a triple-double. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she would have set the record for the most 20-point triple-doubles if she had broken one. But she would have went second all-time in triple-doubles. And she had 5 rebounds in the third quarter, and the Seattle Storm were putting up bullshit. Caitlyn Clark would have, no question about it, got her third rebound. And is this Stephanie White sabotage? Nah. But are fans absolutely within the right to be freaked? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the fact is that Stephanie White pulled Caitlyn out of this game because basically she pulled Caitlyn out of this game because she didn't want her to get hurt in garbage time. First of all, 16 points is not garbage time enough, but yeah. Also, I have to be real here. In my opinion, Stephanie White has regularly pulled Caitlyn Clark when she's about to make history. Like, Stephanie White pulled Caitlyn Clark against the Liberty last year when she was on for a 30-point triple-double. She was an assist and a rebound off a 32-point triple-double, and she got pulled. Someone said Caitlyn was pulled when she played 37 minutes and they have a game Wednesday. They left Kelsey Mitchell in the game because they wanted Kelsey Mitchell to get a couple more buckets. Look, Caitlyn Clark was pulled from that game for rest reasons. The problem is that you don't pull somebody for rest reasons when they're about to make history. The Indiana Fever last season, when Aaliyah Boston was about to go third all time in points, let her stat pad, fed her the ball, did everything they could to get her the ball so that she could break that record. Caitlyn Clark was about to go second all time in triple doubles. And I understand it's early on in her career, but it's still going second all time in anything is impressive. She was about to go second all time and she got pulled. Now, this isn't as egregious as the Christie Side situation. This is not egregious as she's one rebound off a triple-double and Christie Sides pulls her for three consecutive defensive possessions. That is not a concern. But yeah, people are saying, oh, it's a long season, the stats will come. Triple-doubles don't come that often in the WNBA. They don't come that often. This is the thing. As we saw again, Kelsey Mitchell was left in the game. They played Kelsey Mitchell, and Kelsey Mitchell played 4 more minutes today, or 5 more minutes today, and she played more minutes 2 days ago. So it's not like a minutes thing. And for people who are saying, oh, Caitlyn doesn't care about triple doubles, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Everyone does. It's one of these things that are such a rarity in the WNBA. It's like back in the day in the NBA. People used to miss rebounds or miss layups intentionally to get rebounds for triple doubles. It was such a rare thing. She got pulled as she was about to make history. And I understand why Steph did it. I absolutely understand why Stephanie White did it. But come on. Come on now. You really have to. You really, really have to allow your players sometimes go for stuff. Again, Caitlyn Clark was on track to set a career high against the New York Liberty. She had 25 in the first half in last season. And then it was just, oh no, we're ahead, let's pull her. There has to be a point there has to be a point with Stephanie White where you have to go and let a player set a career high. And the problem is that it's only Caitlyn Clark. If Kelsey Mitchell is on track to set a career high, or she's on this heater, she doesn't get pulled. If Kelsey Mitchell was on for a triple-double, she wouldn't get pulled. If it's Caitlyn Clark, it is. And the thing is, again, it makes sense what Stephanie White was doing. Pulling her for that reason. Stephanie White couldn't give a flying fuck about whether or not Caitlyn Clark gets triple-double. But I think she gives a fuck if Kelsey Mitchell's going to get a triple-double. I think she would give a fuck if Aaliyah Boston's trying to get a triple-double. That's where it kind of is. It's that's the problem, is that Caitlyn Clark's on triple-double watch. Neither, for people saying, oh, you pull her. I mean, neither Kelsey or Caitlyn played 23 minutes. Even if you let her get a triple-double, her minutes still start with a 2. Her minutes still start with a 2. As long as Caitlyn's minutes start with a 2 in a game, that is considered resting. It is. As long as her minutes start with a 2. Even if she played the rest of the game, her minutes still start with a 2. She could have absolutely smashed the through 3 seasons triple-double record. And she could have had, 4 triple-double of her career, a huge game. And if you are the Indiana Fever, this is another reason why you are extremely concerned. There were 14,500 people at this game. 14,500. That is the lowest Fever I've ever had in 2 years. This matters. People are not showing up anymore. And you are pulling Caitlyn Clark as she's about to get a triple-double. Fans straight up aren't showing up anymore. Fans are not showing up. It is a problem. This is a problem. The Indiana Fever, there were 3,000 free seats today. 3,000. 3,000. That is concerning. It is really concerning. And I understand why Stephanie White did what she did. And you can make every argument in the world. Did I see the people at the game? I saw the fact that there are 3,000 spare seats. You do realize that there were more unsold seats at today's game than all 20 home games in 2024 combined. So yes, you have to let Caitlyn make history. You have to let Caitlyn be Caitlyn. Because the fans in that city have essentially given up. And the last 3, they've had 3 home games. 17,000, 16,000, 15,000. It's gone down by 1,000 every single game. Sorry. 17,000, 15,000, 14,000. It has dropped by 2,000 and 1,000. The fans aren't showing up anymore. So yes, you have to give the fans a show. And Stephanie White couldn't give a fuck about giving the fans a show. And unfortunately, when you coach a team like the Indiana Fever, you need to give the fans a show.